Hello, my amazing kings and queens. King Moreland here. As you know, I'm on a mission to help you unlock your full potential and become the absolute best version of yourself. If you're facing challenges, chasing dreams, or just looking to level up in life, you've come to the right place. Every week, we dive deep into strategies, mindset shifts, and practical tools that will help you transform your life from the inside out. This is your channel, your personal development channel, so you can become the powerhouse you are meant to be in the world. A channel where mediocrity isn't an option and excellence is our standard. So, if you're ready to join a community of passionate individuals committed to growth, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's start this journey together. All right, so for this week's topic, we're actually going to learn about time management. This is something that I've actually struggled with quite a bit myself, so it's very important for me to actually go on this journey with you all. So, I've put together a step by step process to help you get better at managing your time, right? So, the step by step process I actually put together uses the Pareto Principle, the 80-20 rule. And here's how it goes. Again, welcome, guys. Today is all about making your time work for you, not against you. By using strategies in the legendary 80-20 rule, the Pareto Principle, it tells us that 20% of our actions drive 80% of our results. If you can spot and double down on that powerful 20%, you can transform your punctuality, productivity, and garner more peace of mind. Let's break this down step by step. We're going to start with planning things and putting together our goals using the 80-20 rule. First step you'll want to do is start by listing all of your tasks for the day or for the week. You want to start with the day and then expand it to the week, right? So you'll list out those tasks. That's step one. And then step two, you'll ask yourself, which 20% of these tasks will produce 80% of the results that I'm looking for, right? Once you figure that out, you'll want to star the tasks that actually produce the 80% of the results you're looking for. Those ones get a star next to them or asterisk, right? And then step three, using the Eisenhower metric, you're going to want to sort them out based on how much impact they have, from zero impact to high impact. For example, if there's something that if you don't do it, it can either impact your life greatly in a negative way or greatly in a positive way if you do it, that's going to get a star because that's something that gets priority. It's something you absolutely have to do, right? Then you'll go to step four, right? This is how you determine what your goals will be. I personally use the SMART goal way. And what that means is the S stands for specific, the M stands for measurable, the A stands for achievable, the R stands for relevant, and the T stands for time-bound objectives, right? So I kind of use the SMART goal metric to set up my goals. And that's how I put together step by step what I want to accomplish, right? So that's step four. Now moving on to step five. You're going to schedule the 20% high actions first. Those are the things you do whenever you have the most energy. I know for me, I have most of my energy later on in the day. I'm not really a morning person. So because of that, I actually schedule my most priority goals. I schedule to work on those tasks during the middle of the day. So for me, it's between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. every day. That's when I get most of my work done. You have to figure out when you're most productive in the day because that's going to help you actually get those tasks done when you're supposed to get them done, right? Then step six, you'll revisit your plan every morning to keep in mind those 20% of tasks that you need to do that'll actually give you 80% of the results that you want, right? So after that, right, I want you to begin to have a time period where you minimize distractions. I actually have a hourglass, right? And using that hourglass, that's how I'm able to completely turn my phone off, shut out all distractions, and lock in on whatever I'm trying to do. From that 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. for me, that's my time where I'm most focused, and that's tends to be the time where I have like hourglass hours where I don't use my phone much and I just focus on whatever task that I'm working on. So here's some step-by-step processes how you might want to do that, right? Identify your biggest distractions. The 20% of interruptions usually cause 80% of your lost focus. The 80-20 rule works in this way too. You can actually use that 80-20 rule for pretty much every aspect of life. And that's actually why I keep the book handy. It's always around. Yeah. So you'll want to eliminate those distractions, block them out. Maybe you need to get off social media, take a detox. Maybe you need to put your phone up like I do. I actually have a lockbox for my phone, so that puts a extra layer of traction, so I don't actually go get my phone. Even when I hear text messages, sometimes it's on vibrate. I'll put it on silent so I don't even get that distraction. You want to make sure you put yourself in a position where you're going to have ultimate focus and you're going to actually be able to do what you're trying to do, at least for those few tasks. Now, when you think about it, you might list 10 things. 10 tasks are not all important. Probably only need to really focus on like 3 or 4 of those tasks. Those are the tasks that are actually going to move the needle. And since you listed them out, you'll be able to look in depth and star the ones that are most important. Those are the ones you get out the way first, right? So here's what you want to do. Eventually, you want to get to the point where you are breaking down the task and delegating, right? You can look at a big project and break it into smaller steps, right? And as you break it into smaller steps, focus on the things that you know you can do, right? Those are the things that should require all of your attention. The other tasks, maybe you have somebody else do it. Or if you're not in position to have other people help you out, maybe you just save those tasks for later. Regardless, you want to focus on the most important task first, right? And then after you break that down into smaller steps, your goal, you want to begin to review it and adjust it. Make sure that the 20% of tasks that you've chosen are actually the ones that are going to move the needle for you, because those are the tasks that are the most important, right? And then ultimately, there's a way in which you can use technology to essentially automate this process for you. Here's some techniques that I use. I use scheduling apps. That could be your Google, or there's a variety of different apps you can use to schedule your time. So that's a suggestion. Or you can kind of batch together all your high impact tasks and then also batch together your low impact tasks. You can use an app for that, right? And then they'll give you little reminders that'll help you. And then ultimately you want to make sure you regularly audit the app to make sure that the tasks that you are focused on and that you view as high priority actually are high priority. So in closing, when you focus on the right 20%, time management gets easier for you and your results multiply. Kings and queens, aim to rule your day by focusing on what truly makes the needle move. Remember, being on time and productive isn't about working harder and scheduling a bunch of tasks. It's about working smarter and scheduling meaningful tasks. That's what you want to get to the point where you're doing. So if you're ready to transform your time, focus on high impact actions. Let's get rid of low value busy work and focus on the high impact work and watch your results take off. Be well, stay regal, and rule your schedule as royalty should. Because you're watching my channel. You are a king, you are a queen. Until next time, God bless.